This is Susan Lopresti, and you are listening to the Susan Lopresti Wellness Mind, Body, Soul podcast. I am so grateful to have you here with me today. My mission for this podcast is to help midlife women to find their solutions to their health challenges. I believe midlife is a wonderful time of our life, and we want to be able to fully enjoy it and to not be riddled with health conditions that prohibit us from doing just that. I too had my own set of health challenges throughout my early midlife years, and when I wasn't getting the help I needed through conventional doctors who told me it was perfectly normal to be feeling the way I did, it was frustrating because they weren't offering any solutions to my health challenges. They basically were telling me that I had to learn to live with it. I really felt compelled to take my health into my own hands and do whatever I could do to heal myself by making many simple life changes to the way I eat, when I eat, how I eat, meaning not eating while I'm working or on the move, but really slowing down and enjoying the food that's in front of me, the flavors and the texture of each meal. I also made changes to how I move my body. So for example, in my 30s and my early 40s, I was an avid runner. I no longer run, now I walk. I changed the way I feed my soul. I do that by practicing several self-care tools on a daily basis, and some of them I mix up from here to there so that I don't get into a rut of any kind. So I changed the way I take on each new day from the perspective of each new day as a gift that we get to be here. So I hope that you are getting value from what you've been listening to so far in the last couple of episodes, and I'm excited to share this next episode with all of you. So today we're going to be talking about our skin. Our skin is our body's largest organ. It's one of the most crucial parts of our immune system. When we take proper care of it, like using clean skincare products, the most gratifying reward may be that you look younger and healthier. But healthy skin is more than skin deep. The most important reward is that you're taking powerful steps to defend against and possibly even help overcome a wide range of health issues. So let's get into that. You may have heard of probiotics and the microbiome inside of our gut. Well, there's an equally important microbiome on our skin that consists of about 1,000 species of good bacteria. And that's just one of the key components of healthy, beautiful, and toxic-free skin. Most people today are unknowingly abusing their skin. Skin abuse comes from two directions. First and foremost is important from the inside out. The same things that are good for our overall health, like eating plenty of organic, fresh fruits and vegetables and exercising and getting deep and restful sleep, are also good for our skin. But that's not the whole story. If you're like most people in the modern world, your skin is constantly bombarded by potential toxins in the air and in the water. But the very things that we put on our skin to protect it from these unavoidable stressors can also pose a toxic burden to our skin as well as our overall health. If you're not very carefully reading the labels of everything you apply to your skin, chances are very high that you are unknowingly abusing your skin from the outside in. So when you apply creams and serums and makeup and other cosmetics, always remember that your skin eats what you put on it. Now, just like your mouth can't consume a whole watermelon, let's say, your skin can't eat everything that's applied to it. The molecules have to be small enough for the skin to absorb, which is why, for example, applying a product that contains collagen onto your skin is worthless. And the reason being is that collagen molecules are far too large to penetrate the skin. However, many of over 1,400 chemicals allowed in cosmetics in the U.S. have molecules that are small enough for your skin to absorb. And the bad news for Americans is that many of these chemicals have been banned by over 40 other countries. But here in the U.S., they're still allowed in our products. So when you feed your skin problematic chemicals, it can even be worse than if you were eating them with your mouth. And the reason for this is simple. When we consume something through our mouth has a rather long digestive system that includes various barriers whose purpose is to weed out and dispose of toxins, most notably through our liver. The rest of the food is processed through digestion and is assimilated and ultimately used for energy, and whatever is left is expelled through our waste. With your skin, however, whatever it eats makes its way directly into your bloodstream. There are no barriers to remove the toxins to the liver, for example. So artificial chemicals are wreaking havoc on our skin. So with that in mind, please take note of this. Each day, the average woman in the U.S. uses 12 different cosmetic and makeup products containing an average of 168 different chemicals or ingredients. And many of these ingredients are artificial chemicals. If you take a close look at cosmetic labels, or even on many products that are proclaiming themselves as natural or organic, chances are you will find problematic chemicals listed in the fine print. And common sense would dictate that in the same way, we now know that eating foods with artificial chemicals is not good for us. Feeding your skin artificial anything is not good for us either. Sure, some of these artificial ingredients in these skincare products may provide short-term benefits to our skin, like, maybe decreasing fine lines. But the havoc they wreak on the skin and on your overall health can be all too real to ignore. And this means not merely making your skin look older than it should over the longer term, it also means harming your skin's microbiome and otherwise degrading your skin's ability to protect against toxins. So through studies that were done from 2003 to 2019, they've identified over 200 possible endocrine disrupting chemicals that are still in widespread use. Many of them are in skincare products, and they can wreak havoc on your hormones, potentially leading to a wide range of very serious health issues, from irregular periods and acne to birth defects and cancer. And by the way, In the case of skincare products, many contain penetration enhancers that are designed to make chemicals infiltrate your skin deeper. That means they push those toxins into your body even more aggressively. And I'm going to tell you about 5 common offenders that you will find in many of our skin care products or health and beauty products that we need to watch out for and to avoid. So here they go. Number 1 is parabens. Parabens are a cheap preservative that are put in a lot of cosmetic products, but they mimic estrogen by binding to estrogen receptors on cells. And research has shown that the perceived influx of estrogen may, in some cases, trigger reactions such as increasing breast cell division and the growth of tumors. So basically breast cancer. And more we are seeing products that do say paraben-free on the packaging. So that's a good thing to be aware of. And hopefully, over time, this industry will get more on board. But these chemicals are cheap and they add quality, perceived quality, to the products. Number 2 is fragrance. So what's in it? No one could be sure. Companies are not required to disclose the chemicals used to make up a fragrance in their product. But to suffice it to say, if the label says fragrance, you might do well to assume that it's a chemical cocktail linked to allergic reactions, to say the least, and who knows what else. Number 3, phthalates. Avoid phthalates at all cost. These chemicals are associated with a wide range of issues, including reproductive dysfunction, congenital disabilities, asthma, type 2 diabetes, and ADHD. They're used in many products like moisturizers and skin lotions to make them more liquid-like. The number 4 is triclosan and microban. These chemicals are used to prevent bacterial growth. And on the surface, you would think, well, that's a good thing, right? Remember, though, your skin contains a microbiome of beneficial bacteria. And triclosan and microban don't discriminate between good and bad bacteria, so the good bacteria is being killed along with the bad. And this may even be contributing to the rise of antibiotic-resistant superbugs and other dangerous illnesses. The next thing, number 5, to look for is an ingredient that's called sodium lauryl sulfate, or you may see it on the label as SLS for short. SLS is a common ingredient in a range of cosmetic and personal care products. It makes soaps foam, and it also acts as a thickening agent. But it can be dangerous thanks to byproducts in the manufacturing process that have been linked to kidney and liver dysfunction. So even shampoos are very, very big in using sulfates because that's how you're getting all of those bubbles and lather, and you think it's a wonderful thing. It's not necessary, and it's very dangerous. And if you look closely, there are a lot of shampoos on the market that say sulfate-free. You want to be looking out for those kinds of things. That's important. That's an ingredient you want to look out for. You want to be aware and beware of greenwashing. So, like the conventional food and pharmaceutical industry, the conventional cosmetic industry is a very powerful beast. It produces over $170 billion in annual sales. And they do not want their highly profitable boat rocked. In other words, just like other aspects of your health, it's really up to you to make the changes you need to make, because the conventional cosmetic industry is not going to do that for you anytime soon. These chemicals that they're putting in are very inexpensive, and so it's more profitable for their bottom line. So you might think that you could avoid dangerous chemicals by sticking to cosmetics and care products that are labeled organic or wild-crafted or natural. But there's something crucial that you need to know. Words like organic or wild-crafted or natural are thrown around very loosely to cajole people into buying. You see organic or wild-crafted or natural and you just say, oh, this is a good product, and you take it off the shelf and you buy it. But when you look closely at that label, it may refer to only one or several ingredients being organic. Worse still, beyond this one or several organic ingredients, it may also contain a variety of synthetic and harmful chemicals. So this is what's referred to as greenwashing. But I could think of a few other words to call it as well. Like, how about bamboozling the consumer into believing that it's natural when it's not, or conning the consumer? So how do they get away with this? Well, the cosmetic industry especially, these sorts of claims are not highly regulated and largely have no legal definitions. Each natural beauty cream may contain cancer-causing petrochemicals. But here's the great news. The great news is that your skin is highly receptive to positive change. Regardless of how old you are or what issues you may have, your skin may be the fastest and the easiest thing you could improve on your body, or the easiest organ you can improve on your body. And this is great news for your health, because the skin is such a crucial component of your immune system. It's also great news for your appearance, because the right changes and habits will lead to your healthiest looking skin. And once people take the right steps, they're often pleasantly astounded at just how healthy looking that is. So one of the first things that I tell my clients who come to me with their health goals is to drink more water. And I am here telling you that as well. Most people, on average, are probably not drinking enough water on a daily basis. If you wait until you're thirsty to drink water, you are already dehydrated. Water makes up approximately 70% of our body, so it stands to reason that we need to have plenty of water to keep us hydrated and your skin, along with many other bodily functions, to be working in order for them to work properly. And your body will thank you for this water that you're giving it just by how you look and you feel. But I digress, so let's go on. But water is certainly essential. It's needed. It's easy to do and incorporate into your daily life. I want to talk about 3 golden rules for clean skincare. Number 1, the label must say USDA organic. If it doesn't, it's not fully organic. So number 2, look at the ingredient label. If you are looking at an advertisement for a product online, let's say, does it show the full ingredient list of the product? You may be able to find the full ingredient list, at the bottom of the page. Sometimes there's an FAQ section. If it doesn't show the full ingredient label, there's typically a reason for it. And typically that reason is that there are toxins in that product as well. So number 3, choose only certified organic products. Look for the USDA certified organic designation or a similar designation for a different country if you're out of the U.S. For independent verification as USDA certified organic, it means that the product must prove it contains at least 95% true organic ingredients, and the remaining 5% of the ingredients in that product are on an approved safe list. It is free of synthetic additives, including pesticides, chemical fertilizers, petrochemicals, and dyes. It wasn't processed using industrial solvents. It's free of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs for short. On farms that supply USDA certified organic ingredients, organic producers use many natural processes and materials in their farming systems. These processes contribute to soil health, manage pests and weeds more naturally, and they promote the conservation of the biological diversity and the ecological balance of the soil. USDA certified organic standards prohibit the use of sewage sludge, which sounds disgusting to begin with, synthetic fertilizers, and genetic engineering. They also require producers to maintain the integrity of organic crops, preventing contact between organic and conventionally grown crops, as well as contact with prohibited pesticides and fertilizers. So meaning, if one producer is producing certified organic crops and also conventional crops, those crops need to maintain a distance between them so that if the wind blows, the chemicals that are being used on the conventional grown crops cannot blow over onto the USDA certified organic crops. And that's very, very important. Number 3, you want to feed your skin healthy and nourishing ingredients. So if you're not using these chemicals, then what do you want to feed your skin? Good, healthy, nourishing, and organically grown skin food. And you may be thinking, skin food? Yes, skin food. And that is exactly what I'm going to talk to you about the next time. The top anti-aging ingredients that your skin will love are very readily available, especially these days. And we will talk about all of that in the next upcoming episode. So for today, I'm going to end on that note. And again, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. I so appreciate your support in helping me to reach women who are looking for optimal wellness as we enter into this new time of our life that we call midlife. If you enjoyed what you heard today and you think that others would appreciate it as well, please kindly send it out, share it to your friends and family, and please subscribe to it yourself. This helps me to attract more people to be learning and to be taking their health into their own hands. Until the next time, stay well and stay healthy. Bye for now.